Good evening. This is the post-game press conference for the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023 Asian Qualifiers Group B game between Team Japan v Team Chinese Taipei. Japan defeating Chinese Taipei 89-49. We have Coach Chun-Sen Chow and player Wei Che Tang with us. Coach, could you please give us some comments?
首先当然恭喜日本队赢得今天的比赛。那我们确实今天没有表现出一支像篮球队的一支队伍，所以我们今天不管在攻防上面都做得非常的不到位。
First of all, congratulations to Japan. They won a game, and then for us, we didn't play well. We didn't play as a team.
Yeah, and would you like to make some comments as well?
I think it was a tough game, and then obviously they shot pretty good, and then defensively we didn't play well.
Yeah.
What are the positives that you can take out of this experience?
Which one? 他说，你可以从这场比赛中学到什么？
当然从这场决赛比赛当中，我们在一些从日本队身上可以学到很多在打球的一些技巧、团队的一些攻防上面。再来就是那个对于球赛的那个决心，我们可以从这边去学习到。
So the head coach say we can learn from them. Like they play as a team, both defensively and offensively, and they won a game. They won a game more, so they play well.
And I've just got a couple from overseas. This is for the coach. How would you evaluate the team performance so far in the window, and what are your impressions of young players?
你对现在我们球队的表现如何？然后你觉得这些年轻的球员？
当然年轻球员在这次比赛当中，他们都是非常跃跃欲试，想要在球场上面有表现。但是我们的这些年轻球员打得并不是那么的聪明，在场上并没有运用到团队的优势。
So we are young guys, so we didn't play as a team, and then some people try to just play by themselves, and then
并没有打出一些团队的一些篮球，只是打一些个人，并不是打得多。
Okay, like I say, we didn't play as a team.
Thank you. This is the end of the first part of the press conference. We'll be back soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. to the second part of this post-game press conference. We now have with us Japan coach Tomhavas and player Takuma Sato. Coach, can you please give your comments?
Yes, thank you. It was a long 2 days after the Australia game, and with such a young team, I thought we prepared well, and I was really hoping that we could show the fans of Japan what we can do. And today I think we did it. We really started from the defensive end. I think we were executing our defensive plan, and it led to some fast breaks. And I thought it was a really solid game. There might have been a few times where we got out of sync a little bit in the second quarter, but from start to finish, it was really good, except for the last 0.6 seconds when we gave up a layup for no reason. But it was a very good game.
And Takuma, comments?
オーストラリア戦で本当にとても悔しい結果になって、コーチと選手みんなでもう一回ミーティングで話して自分たちの何が強みなのか何が弱みなのかっていうのをしっかり動画で見て、今日はオーストラリア戦僕らが最初に出だしで相手にもうやられたので、自分たちがチャイニーズタイペイとやるときはもうしっかり出だしから相手を倒すっていう気持ちを持って臨めたのが良かったし、相手どうこうというよりもこうやってチームで一つになって勝てたということがまず今日良かったなと思います。
It was a really disappointing loss towards Australia. We had a good team meeting with the coaches and the players. We talked about, just reminded ourselves what our strengths are, what we needed to work on, what we need to do better. And one of the things was just to come out with a lot of energy from the start, and to be the team that was the team that was hitting first, to be the aggressors, and I thought we were able to do that.
You spoke after the other game about the short turnaround after the B-League season.
Yeah.
Did you feel like the energy was a little bit better tonight?
Yeah. So I think the players they were overexcited for the Australia game. They got tired after about 3 minutes, and it looked like they were running in mud. And everybody said that. It's not only the short turnaround time, it was actually 4 weeks for some of these players that didn't make the playoffs in the B-League. So they had 4 weeks off and no games. And there were some players that were, when they came into camp, they weren't in their best condition. And we didn't have a chance to play any practice games. So it was the first game out of the gate is Australia, in Australia, and it just hit us. It hit us. So we got that out of the way. Thankfully, we were able to clear our heads and start really focusing on Chinese Taipei. And I think everybody knew that we could play better. And I'm just really happy that we could all put that Australia game out of our heads and really focus on the job at hand. And I was really, really happy and for this team. We needed it.
And just on the back of that, from Koda News, defence has improved a lot since the game against Australia. What preparations did you make and what changes did you make?
Yeah. So against Australia, we wanted to push the pace and we wanted to be really aggressive against Australia, full court trapping and trying to push them out of their rhythm. Didn't work. We gave up too many straight line runs to the basket, open threes. So for this game, we really concentrated on our base defense in the half court, where we weren't running too many traps. We weren't getting out of position. We were just trying to stay in our base defense, and it was really effective. So just maybe wrong game plan for Australia, but that's a live and learn moment. This team really stuck to what we worked on yesterday and today, so I was really happy with it.
And for you, Sato, how do you feel about the performance during the window, especially what are the positives and negatives for the players?
今回ですか？今回のウィンドウ。
今回のウィンドウ。
良かったところはまずディフェンスとリバウンドをしっかり出だしからできたというのと、オーストラリア戦あまり流れが良くなかったので、今日はフローというかどんどん 自分がカッティングしたりとかスクリーンかけて5人全員が動くような動きをできたっていうのがまず良かった点。
So first, I felt like our defense and rebounding were the positives in this window in both games. And what I felt like we didn't do that well against Australia was we kind of got stuck and we stopped moving, didn't play our basketball. Whereas today, starting with myself, just made sure to cut, move the ball, and I thought we were able to play more in the flow, not as static.
悪かった点はシュートきれなかったところなんで練習します。
And the cons were that I couldn't hit my shots, so I'll keep working on it so I could hit my shots.
And back to the coach, how would you evaluate the whole team's performance this window, and what are your impressions of the younger players?
Yeah, so obviously the Australia game was not a great start. Today's game was completely the opposite. So we showed our strengths. I think one of the biggest things moving forward from this game, not only confidence-wise, is we got some rookies that got a lot of playing time today. So some people that might be able to contribute. Tominaga, obviously, this is his first time. He played great against Australia. Wasn't as on target, still had an impact on this game. Kawamura played great, had 5 steals. Yoshi hit some threes. He's a newcomer. Kai Taves played great. So I think getting experience for these younger players is really big moving forward for us, because they have a chance to continue and possibly play in the World Cup. So it's been big.
And Yuta said, I'll play in the Asian Cup on his social media channels.
Yeah.
What do you expect to improve on with him?
With Yuta?
Yeah.
Well, Yuta and Togashi, I believe, is coming as well, who's our starting point guard. So I don't know if that hit the media yet, did it? It does now. It does now.
Sorry.
That's okay. Yes, obviously he has not played with us yet, and he's joining our team, this team, kind of in the middle of our camp. So he's got a lot to catch up on, but having a player of his caliber is just going to help us immensely. I think it's going to give these guys some confidence. It's going to give us a little extra boost. So we have a small amount of time when we go back to Japan to get him into our game plan and our mindset of what we want to do as a team. But I don't. If you've ever met Yuta, you know he's 100% in. He's 100% focused, and he wants to do whatever he can for Japan basketball. So I'm excited. I really am looking forward to having him join us.
Yeah, and a final one that's just come through, you guys going off over here. What sort of mental toughness do you think that you brought today against Taipei that you didn't have against Australia?
Yeah, I think the physicality of the Australia game and the way the refs called it, they let a lot of physical play go, shocked us a little bit, especially the younger guys. They're not used to FIBA basketball, and we've been preaching physicality and toughness. So the physical side, I think we were a little bit more ready for that today. In terms of mental toughness, that's something that this team, today's win is huge for us, because that's something we need to work on and get that mental toughness and get the confidence that we can beat good teams. We can beat teams that are not from Asia, or we can just play our basketball and win. So today was a nice step in that direction. We have a ways to go, but I talked to the players in the locker room, and I thought that was a big part of this as well. It's believing in our individual strengths, believing in our strengths as a team, and this was a big step for that.
And final one from FIBA Basketball. What do you think about Kazakhstan? They're obviously in your group for Asia Cup.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you've been watching them.
Yeah, they keep winning. I know that. So I really haven't had a chance to scout. We were focused completely on this window. When we get back, we'll probably start tomorrow doing a little bit, maybe. But when we get back to Japan, that's going to be our first line of business. Look, we're ranked 38th in the world. we've got a lot of young faces here, a lot of young players. Every team is going to be a challenge for us, and we just have to continue to improve, continue to play our basketball, and we'll see where it takes us. Yeah.
Just back to Tominaga.
Tominaga, yeah.
So he's obviously had some experience in the States, the college system as well.
Yeah, Nebraska.
How do you see that helping his game going forward?
I've been thinking about that. So I don't know how much I should talk about, but a lot of like Rui Hachimura played in Gonzaga, Yuta Watanabe played at George Washington, Kai Taves played in America for a little bit, Togashi played in America in high school. There's been a lot of our really good players have played in America, so that experience, I think it's having a really good impact on our players in the system. But that's something I think Japan basketball needs to look at to see if there's something we can improve on in Japan, or if we need to create more bridges towards American colleges. But yeah, some of our main players have really been taught in America. Yeah, it's funny. I was thinking about that after the Australia game.
Yeah. And so do you think that he's therefore going to, that's really going to push him forward as sort of one of your coats?
I think so. Look, every day he's practicing against Big Ten competition. Big Ten is a fantastic league, right? Defensively strong, long, athletic. So he's getting better and better. He's shocked me. He shocked me. I didn't know what to expect from him coming into this first camp. I thought his defense might be a little slow. He's solid on the defensive end. He's active with his hands. He knows positioning. And his three-point shot it's been so consistent throughout the entire camp. It's when he gets on fire, he's on fire. But even when he's not on fire, it's today. I think it was, he made 3 or 4, but whenever he shoots, I'm okay. Like the one from the logo was a little bit deep and early in the shot clock, but yeah, I'm not going to tell him not to shoot.
And just on Tamawara as well, because he came in tonight.
Yeah.
And he obviously gave it as well.
He gave us a big boost on the defensive end because we really want to try to increase our steals, and we're having a hard time doing it, even when we're trapping. And he came in and got 4 steals in the second quarter by himself, and we had 5 steals in the second quarter total. So, and he caused a lot of that with his speed and just his decision making on the defensive end, his ball pressure. So, I didn't know what to expect from him, and I was really happily surprised with what he did. Yeah.
Sorry, just one more, and this is just sort of a little bit more general. How have you found the change in the transition, having coached the women's team to such success?
Yeah. There's been some things that I thought would be difficult, haven't been. So the Japanese women really work hard. Their work ethic is off the charts. But the guys that we get into camp are working hard, and I'm really happy with their work ethic. And some of the things that are much harder on the men's side is dealing with getting the players into camp, because the league is so long, they have so many games, and trying to get the best players in the camp at one time is a lot more difficult on the men's side than the women's side. And then I touched upon it today in the locker room, the belief, just believing in what we're doing, believe in yourself. And the women had that. We built upon that throughout the years, and to the point where in the championship game in the Olympics, we knew we were going to win. Lost, but we had that much confidence that we were going to beat that great American team. Here, these wins like tonight, we don't take them for granted. They help us get to that next level, and yeah, I'm excited about it. But there's some differences for sure that I didn't realize were going to be that big. And the men's game is so much more. I don't want to say competitive. It's not. There's just a lot. There's a smaller window to beat somebody. And on the women's side, we were able to beat a lot of teams with our speed and teamwork. And like teams like Australia, they're bigger than us. I think we're faster in certain positions, but they're so well trained and they're tough. They're tougher to beat. So we really have to really buckle down on what we're trying to do to get better. So yeah, it's a big challenge for sure. But I like the direction we're at. I didn't like it 2 days ago. I like it better today. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Japan. This post-game press conference is over now.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
you.
I'm a long-winded.